And I just want to start off with, I want to salute to Philadelphia's own Kevin Sullivan. He is the youngest player ever to play in a professional sport. He plays Major League Soccer. He's 14 years old, and he's playing in Major League Soccer and already got a deal with Manchester. When he turns 18, he'll go overseas. But he's 14.
Congratulations, young man.
Playing Major League Baseball. Good morning, Morgan.
Baseball?
I'm sorry, soccer. I meant soccer. Soccer. Playing soccer.
Football.
Football, yes.
Okay. Let's get into the front page news. Top of the headlines. Ohio Senator J.D. Vance made his first campaign appearance yesterday at the RNC. Speaking to supporters in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the vice presidential nominee criticized the press and said there is an obvious contrast between the two presidential hopefuls. Let's hear more from J.D. Vance at the RNC.
The guy who actually connects with working people in this country is not fake Scranton Joe. It's real President Donald Trump. The media has lied more aggressively and slanderously about a guy, and he keeps on coming through it. The contrast between the lie that the media tells about President Trump and the man that all of us actually know, of course, we saw it in really, really stark definition on Saturday.
What about him? He once compared Trump to Hitler. Now they are running mates. Now, how you go from calling somebody Hitler to giving them that hawk tour?
That part.
I mean, full-throated endorsements.
All right.
Whenever I hear them last night,
Don't put your hand like that.
They kept saying full-throated endorsements. All I keep thinking about is that hawk tour.
Now they BFFs now.
Pretty much, yeah. So that part. Vance did say that inflation has become out of control under President Biden's watch, hurting hardworking families. And he said that former President Trump, rather, is still working on his speech for tonight. So Trump is expected to address the Republican National Convention tonight. Now, meanwhile,
tonight might be the night we get mini-men. Tonight might be the night where Donald Trump walks out the mini-men. Okay, I know everybody.
Like for real this time. Don't believe that stuff that y'all seeing on social media.
Well, I said it would be he would walk out when he does his speech. Now, I ain't talking about the other 3 nights.
You was talking about Monday.
I'm just saying there are other fakes that are, have it.
No, this might be the real one tonight. It's possible.
Yeah. All right. So meanwhile, the Trump campaign said they are not committed to a date for a vice presidential debate as uncertainty hangs over President Biden's re-election bid. Now, a senior Trump campaign advisor said they don't know who the Democratic nominee for vice president will be, suggesting they believe Biden will drop out the race. Now, the advisor added that locking in a debate would be unfair to, quote, whoever Kamala Harris is picking as her running mate. Now, this comes as Biden is facing calls to step aside from a growing number of Democrats due to concerns about his age and mental fitness.
Yeah, you said uncertainty. There is no uncertainty. Biden is up out of here. Okay, he's up out of here, and they need to hurry up too because like you said, it might be time for Kamala Harris to start campaigning. And I don't even like when they keep saying, Biden's gonna have to move aside because of his age. It's not about his age. It's about can he win.
Doesn't seem like he wants to move. It seems like he's doing everything not to leave, though.
We'll definitely talk more about that in 7. But more reports about the Secret Service protection at Donald Trump's Pennsylvania rally are coming out. During a closed-door Senate briefing on Wednesday, Republican Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming said FBI Director Christopher Wray had some troubling things to report. Let's hear more from Senator Barrasso.
The shooter has been identified an hour before the shooting occurred as a suspicious person. They lost sight of him. He had a rangefinder. He had a backpack, the kind of things that would be suspicious to anyone.
Yeah, they just let him walk around. They said that it was suspicious. They had, they called it in. They did all the things that they were supposed to do, all the protocol, but didn't follow the man.
I mean, honestly,
they should all be fired.
If you think about it, how suspicious did he really look at a Trump rally? White guy, young,
you know
black,
what I'm saying?
With a rifle. Like, how did he really look suspicious? Butler, Pennsylvania. Did he look suspicious? Did he look like he just fit right in?
But the fact that they noticed him shows you that something was off. Like, because you said if they all look like that, yeah, that's true. But the fact that they noticed him with the rangefinder and he was, looking around, looked like he was casing the joint, and they were watching him, and then all of a sudden just let him go.
Everybody says that after the fact, though. Everybody says
but they called him
suspicious.
But they called him in.
Because he was climbing on a roof. That's different.
No, before he was climbing on the roof, when he went to the metal detectors, they
How about
were watching him.
That roof should have never been open the way it was.
Not at all. Hell no.
Secret Service agent Jason Russell, he is warning people that who attend the upcoming Trump rally in Michigan, they will face unprecedented security screenings at the Van Andel Arena this weekend. Now, Russell is the founder and president of Secure Environment Consultants in Grand Rapids, and says that being inside an arena will make the job easier for law enforcement than an outdoor rally. And he expects that all candidates to hold their rallies inside for at least the next several weeks. What do you think about that? You think that'll be a better safety?
Yeah, they should.
Absolutely. Because like I said earlier this week, when you have somebody like, Donald Trump, who has created an environment of political violence. Well, he's created an environment of political violence that nobody is safe from. Nobody. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, anybody. Nobody is safe from the environment that he's created.
And then what happened to the glass? I thought there was like bulletproof glass that they kind of stood in so that, nothing could affect them in front of them and on the side of them. I thought that was a glass there. Maybe not.
I was going to say on outdoor, what I've seen anyways, and outdoor, and that's usually the actual president. I have not been to a rally, so I can only go based on my account. But yeah, on the outdoor events, there is some sort of glass, or there are snipers on the roof. Every roof.
Right. All right. All right. Well, that's front page news. We'll see you next hour, Morgan.
Yep. Talk to y'all in a bit.
Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now let's get back in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, so as previously mentioned in the last hour, we're going to talk about President Biden in this hour. In recent comments, he said that the only thing that would keep him out of this presidential race was a medical condition. Well, moments later, he tested positive for COVID. Okay. Biden was scheduled to give a speech yesterday afternoon in Las Vegas, Nevada, when the head of the Latino advocacy group Unidos US announced it was canceled. Now, the White House says that Biden is vaccinated and boosted, and he is experiencing mild symptoms. The statement goes on to say that he's at home in Delaware, where he will self-isolate. Now, the White House adds it will provide regular updates on the president's status as he continues to carry out the full duties of the office while in isolation. Now, meanwhile, House Democrats are circulating a letter that urges the Democratic National Committee to slow down on nominating President Biden as the party's candidate. The letter has received 20 signatures, including from representatives in California and Pennsylvania. Now, speaking with NBC's Meet the Press recently, California Congressman and candidate for U.S. Senate Adam Schiff described the sentiment within the Democratic Party. Let's hear more from him.
The performance on the debate stage, I think, rightfully raised questions among the American people about whether the president has the vigor to defeat Donald Trump. This is not just about whether he gave it the best college try, but rather whether he made the right decision to run or to pass the torch. This is about whether this country remains a democracy, whether we veer off into some kind of pseudo-dictatorship. I know people feel an urgency. I feel an urgency, but I would tell the president, slow down and take the time to make the right decision here.
Vigor my ass. That's those polls and him losing to Trump in every single swing state. That's what got them wanting to pull him right now.
The polls, the polls aren't accurate. But anyways, Schiff went on to tell the Los Angeles Times that he has serious concerns that Biden can beat former President Trump in November. And there has been a flood of Democrats asking Biden to step aside. As of Tuesday, 19 lawmakers have come out publicly calling for someone else to run in November. Now, Biden is up against the deadline that could make or break this 24 presidential race for him. Reports say Majority Leader Chuck Schumer was among the Democrats who pushed the DNC to delay a virtual roll call officially nominating Biden. But DNC officials warn Biden could also have problems getting on the ballot in several states if that virtual call does not happen by August 7th. Now, the DNC is actually scheduled for August 19th. So those states would either have to adhere to that virtual call, or Biden might not make it on the ballot. This is not unheard of. This has happened before. So chances are he will probably make the ballot, or those states will probably make some sort of call for some sort of legislation, emergency legislation anyways.
I don't know if Biden can win in November. If you ask me, I say no, but I'm also a Dallas Cowboy fan who thinks we'll win the Super Bowl every year. But I don't believe he will win.
The Lulu.
Exactly. I don't believe he will win in November. So if they remove him from the ticket, it will bring some type of energy to the campaign, and it might signal a sense of urgency to the voters.
Yeah, but this is also like not something that happens often. And then when it does, it doesn't go well for that new candidate. So at least historically speaking. So this comes as reports say Biden is now receptive in recent discussions about his political future. CNN reports a senior Democratic advisor told the outlet he's being receptive, not as defiant as he is publicly. Now, the report goes on to say he's gone from saying Kamala can't win to don't you think Kamala can win? The advisor adds it's still unclear where he's going to land, but at least it seems that he is listening.
I just don't understand how all of these smart people did not see this coming. They should have been, saying this a year ago. They should have been saying this 2 years ago. I thought the whole purpose of Biden winning was for him to be a transitional president. Like, it's not like people weren't asking these questions. My dumb ass was asking these questions a year ago. Simply, can the Biden-Harris ticket win in 2024? I simply said back in December, I thought he should have gave America the greatest Christmas gift and stepped down back then. How do you just get to this conclusion, 4 months from an election now? What did they see that we didn't see?
Does Kamala have enough time to do what she needs to do to win, though? That's another fear, right?
By the way, I don't know if it's going to be Kamala, but if
is she likable? That's the thing. That is, she may not be.
Biden ain't likable, but y'all think y'all want to run out there and vote for him? So how come? And I'm not talking to you, Morgan. I'm just saying, how come all of a sudden likability, is a factor? Most, right? And a 1 out of 4 people don't like Biden or Trump. 70% of all Americans did not want a Biden-Trump rematch. So why all of a sudden does Kamala have to be the likable one? And I don't even know if it's going to be Kamala, is what I'm saying. But I do think 4 months is more than enough time, especially if she's at the top of the ticket.
All right, y'all. So that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Be sure you're following me on social at Morgan Media. And you can follow the Black Information Network at Black Information Network for more news coverage. And be sure to visit us at BINnews.com.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back, Kerry Washington and Delroy Lindo will be joining us. Unprisoned Season 2 is out now in Hulu, and we're going to kick it with them when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.